Lexus presents tennis on Sky Sports.
Laura, let's start with the world number one defending champion Jannik Sinner. And I guess one of the questions, I don't know if you've seen any of him in practice, but is he fully recovered from the virus that knocked him out in Cincy?
From the sounds of it, yes. I've seen his coach, Darren Cahill, out and about over the last few days. Jannik has been practicing since about Wednesday. I think he came on site for the first time. So it looks like he's going to be fine. And this was a really hot day in Cincy. It was a 3 p.m. Monday final in August in Cincinnati. I think that was asking for trouble. And the heat and humidity, and apparently he'd been sick for about 24 hours before that. And it all just hit him at once. So not the final that they wanted there, but thankfully it seemed to leave his system pretty quickly.
I just felt sorry for him, Tim. He then had to stay for the trophy ceremony. Can you imagine when you're feeling that bad, you stand up and give a speech?
Yeah, I mean, he was great the way that he articulated how bad he felt for himself because he felt dreadful, but also for the fans coming for that incredible rivalry. He wasn't able to deliver it on the court. But, you know, that's the way it goes. When you're playing that much tennis from time to time, things are going to be outside your control. But from Alcaraz's point of view, you know, he played a great tournament. He was so smart in that match. He recognised his opponent wasn't feeling well. I think he only made one or two unforced errors in those 5 games. Not the way he would have wanted to win a Masters 1000, but he certainly comes into this fortnight full of confidence.
I mean, Martina, that young man there, he's only lost twice since April.
Well, for me, he's the favorite. He's just, I think, really eager after having lost to Jannik at Wimbledon. But of course, you know, Sinner was really sick because this is what you live for when you practice. You want to win the majors and you want to compete against the best. And you can finally get to the finals and then he can't play. So it was devastating for Jannik, but good that he's okay. And Carlos is looking pretty good.
He does, doesn't he? He's looking pretty good. Let's look at the top 2 women. I think we'll start there. Arina Sabalenka, so an early exit in Cincy. It wasn't for illness, Laura, but I don't necessarily think it's maybe the worst thing that could have happened to her to lose as early as she did in Cincy.
Not at all. I mean, she's so comfortable on these courts, and it just feels like she's played a lot of tennis this year. So an extra few days on the practice courts, probably took a few days off after Cincinnati as well to make sure she was coming in mentally and physically fresh. And she just looks so confident out there. But I think it's been a bit of a surprise for everyone to see Iga totally change her season around from Wimbledon onwards. And now she's on this incredible run and actually loving a fast hard court for the first time in her career.
Oh, it's phenomenal, Iga Świątek. I mean, she's the form player coming in. She wins Cincinnati. She's smiling more. She's looking like a different person, Tim.
Yeah, and I think that turning point, as Laura mentioned, was Wimbledon. When you reflect winning the last, 20 games at Wimbledon, you know, the final was I'm sure, hugely satisfying for Świątek. It was a bit underwhelming for the rest of us, but I think with the confidence and perhaps the element of surprise to dominate on grass, and she's rolled that onto hard courts, and to take that title comes into US Open, I'm sure, really fancying her chances.
Now, it's normally quite fun when we gather the predictions and we look at them and there's someone that stands out and we're like, what are you doing? Why have you picked them? But if we take a look at the Sky Sports tennis team predictions, we're all quite similar. You've already mentioned, Martina, for you it's Carlos Alcaraz. And if we look down at all the predictions in the men's, well, it's one of the two.
We're quite boring, aren't we?
The only person I should add in, one of our commentators, Naomi Cavaday, went for Naomi Osaka to win the women's title, but I mean, that's pretty much what we're looking at there, Martin.
Well, I mean, these 4 players have dominated for like 3 or 4 years for the most part. And Iga Świątek, where did she go? She was dominating for such a long time. Then she kind of went away, and now she's back, and she's better. So it's it's really hard to pick anybody outside of those two because they're just head and shoulders over the field at the moment.